I prefer to use NodeJS as my scripting language for Git Hooks, but as I understand, you can use shell scripts, bash, and others. Not wanting to learn yet another technology, I went with Node.js, which is of course just JavaScript on steroids. Before doing this, let me point out one serious gotcha that you will want to keep in mind whenever you're referencing code in another project's folder. The executing code will assume the path of the startup project as being the root directory. So it is necessary to pass the path of the target project to use as the root directory. In the case of the Git Hooks, they are in a more difficult folder to find. Do a right mouse on the solution. Then choose Open Folder in the File Explorer. Drill into the Git folder. Then the Hooks folder. Here is where the Git Hooks are kept. Also, while we're here, notice that the implementation of the Git Hook is in a different file, which makes it easier to step into. The bad news is that maybe it's not so simple to debug a Git Hook, but the good news is that you should be able to set breakpoints and step into the code to learn for yourself. Let's do that now. Just as before, we make the debug gulp file project the startup project. Also, as before, we select the debug gulp file in the Task Runner Explorer. Let's set the breakpoint on line 76 of the tasklist.js. Next, hit F5 to begin execution. Let's double-click on the pre-commit gulp task in the debug project and step into the code. You see, that wasn't so bad. Also, while we're here, notice that I passed in the path for the target folder, since it's in a different project. For an exercise, try stepping into some other gulp task. Keep in mind what I explained about referencing code in other folders and executing the code originating from a different execution point.